Hello, fellow DoorDashers. How's everything going tonight? I'm Don. Just going to tell you a little bit about my experience I had today. First of all, I was 2 straight days. I tried the DoorDash make $100 in 4 hours. 2 straight days. And finally, I decided, you know what? When you're in the North Shore in Massachusetts, impossible. It is impossible because I get these high orders and I gotta wait at least 10 minutes for these orders to get ready, even though it takes me 5 minutes to get to the place and the order is still being made. Then you get stuck in traffic. The speed limit's 45. You get stuck behind some schnook doing 30 in a 45. And then you have to go through downtown Salem during the October month. And Salem is like the witch city. And they got tourists like crazy. They walk in front of you. Cars going back and forth. Tour people all over the place. There's this one place called Paprika. I can't even find a parking space to pick up for this order. And I told the manager, I said, where the hell am I supposed to park? Oh, somebody else will come and park. Good. You tell that somebody. Let me know where they can park so that I can park next time. And by the way, it was a $13 order. So basically, there were signs saying, no public parking, tenant only. Well, guess what? I parked there anyway because I was only going to be there for 5 minutes. Fingers crossed. And then I would have to tell the manager, let's go. I'm in an illegal parking zone. Help me out here. That's the way it is in the North Shore. So if you got that 4-hour challenge to make $100 and you're in the North Shore of New England, don't even think about it. Don't even try it. But I did have some good orders today. I had a couple orders for over $10 and it was in a 3-mile radius, so it wasn't too bad. Started at 9 o'clock this morning with my first order at Dunkin' Donuts, $5.25 for a 2-mile ride. Wasn't too bad. I ended up mostly around Route 1 area in the Linfield area. That's where I did most of my stuff, my deliveries. One thing I do not do for DoorDash, I do not shop. And I will tell you why. Because I tried that shopping thing last year on DoorDash. And I was going to CVS's, I was going to Walgreens, trying to find this stuff. Okay? First of all, on the average, if you get 12 items, on the average, it takes you about a minute to find each one. And then if you cannot find the order, or you cannot find the item, you have to call the customer. 75% of the time when I call a customer, they don't answer their phone. So I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Wait until they call me back? Or do I just decline it? I don't know. So I just said, the heck with this. I just want to pick up, put it in my car, drop it off, and done. I don't do any of the grocery shopping because it's just too much time. Okay, you could have a $28 order. You could be in Walgreens for an hour looking for this stuff. Meanwhile, in that hour, you could be having 2 orders for $10 each and making the same amount. And then, of course, when you go to Walgreens, you have to wait in line. And if there's a long line, you have to sit there and wait. You know, it's like, come on, people, let's go. So that's why I don't do the shopping thing. I will go to Shaw's, though, when the order is ready, because I just go in, I say I'm picking up for so-and-so, they put the bags in the cart, off I go, boom, it's over. Simple as that. But I had some real nice customers. There were 3 orders that I did not get tips on. One of them was for Petco or PetSmart, one of the two. Big order of dog food. I called, the directions tell me to call the person before I get there. So I get to the house. I call up and I ask, is this the house, the yellow house with the white trim and the black shutters? No answer. I send them a text. No response back. So I don't know if this is the right house or not. It is the same number. I assume it's the same street, but it's on a corner. So it's like the house is here, the door's on this street, but the street I'm supposed to go to is here. So I just put the dog food down, and when I put it in to confirm, it said, sorry, tips not included or tips do not qualify. And I'm like, what do you mean tips don't qualify? What the heck do you think I'm making here? And then my last order, before I left, before I was done, it was to Advanced Auto Parts. Now I had two orders. One was for a part of a motor or something, and number two was for windshield wipers. So the person helped me out at the desk, and I said, where is the first order going? The BP station? Okay, I know where that is. Now this other one was car 5. No idea, no clue where this place is because I'd never heard of it. So I drop it off at BP station. That's done and over with. Then I'm trying to find this car 5. I'm going to the GPS. It tells me to take a right on Marlboro. Then it tells me to take a left on Vernon and go straight down. And according to the GPS voice, your customer will be on the right. I look to the right. There's nothing there. I'm like, what the heck is going on here? Where is this place? So I call the number. Do you know the little phone symbol that they give you? I call that number. It's customer service or something. And I say, where are you located? And they say, what's the order number? I said, what do you mean, what's the order number? It's 125812 or whatever it was. They said, sorry, that's the wrong order number. Well, according to the invoice, that's the number I got. I'm from DoorDash. Well, is the order number on the app? I said, no, it's not. I can't find it. I'm trying to find out where the place is. Well, I can't give you the place unless you have the order number. I'm like, look it, I'm working for DoorDash. I get an order here. Go and try it to car 5. I can't find the place. Then she hung up on me, and I am like, okay, you know what? I'm just going to send the order back and cancel it. So when I got out of this neighborhood, I made a right on 107. Guess what? There's the car 5 place right there. I drive in, I drop the stuff off, I tell the manager at the place, I said, you know what, your customer service place sucks. They wouldn't even give me the directions on how to get here. You're lucky I found this place because I was ready to turn around and bring the order back and just say, you know what, I can't find this place. Oh, and by the way, for those last 2 orders, no tips. Not qualified to tip. And then on my way home, there's one more. It's IHOP. So I get to the place. I have to wait 5 minutes for the order to get ready. I finally get the order, and it took me 15 minutes to go 3 miles. Traffic. Like I said, the 4-hour challenge in the North Shore in Massachusetts, once again, impossible. But I did $103 in 6 hours. Usually my goal is $100 every time I get in my car and go. And I'll probably be door dashing on Thursday. We'll see how that goes. And then Friday, I'm just taking the day off from everything. But once again, if you have any tips on how to improve on my DoorDash, or if you want some tips that I follow along, you can write it down in the subscribe, or you could write it in the comments. Let me know what's going on. But if you DoorDash in the North Shore area, 2 places that I highly recommend that you keep an eye on. 1, the Crack Kitchen Cafe. Every order I usually get from them is over $10. And usually it's about a 3 or 4 mile drive. Then the other one is Sweet Greens in the Linfield Mall, Market Street. That is another hot spot too, the Linfield Linfield Marketplace, Market Street. That's a hot place too. Because Sweet Greens, usually you may have to travel maybe 5 or 6 or 7 miles, but the pay is always good. And the tippers are usually pretty good tippers. And like I said, I do Dunkin' Donuts on the short ones. If they're like $4 or $5, and with the 1 or 2 mile radius, I'll take those. The other thing is, if I see something like $2.75 or lower or around that area, I won't take it at all. And that's funny because today I didn't refuse any orders because they were all over $5. So that's not a bad thing. The average order was 11. Oh yeah. A couple things that happened yesterday too. Wait till you hear this, okay? I get this one order in Salem, and then I get this one order for Party City in Danvers. It's a stacked order, I guess they call it. So I pick up the first order in Salem. I go to Party City to pick up the second order. Somebody already picked it up. I was furious. Not only that, but now my cell phone receiver and the Wi-Fi goes down. So now I can't tell where this person is or where he lives. I asked for help from DoorDash. They have no clue. So the Party City one gets canceled on my order. I finally get the first order back. And they had to reimburse me $4. Big deal. I get a $4 reimbursement on that. Oh, and by the way, the person I drove to from Salem to Peabody, no tip. No tip. So, that was a wasted ride. Then the second thing that happened, I went to the Perfecto Cafe. I had 2 orders there. One of them was for a Christine, but this Christine started with the Christin, right? I get to the Perfecto Cafe. There's another bag with a Christine on it, but this one is Krystine. So I know that's not it. So I go to the counter, I get the first one, and I said, what about Christine? And they said, oh, it's already been picked up. I said, what do you mean it's already been picked up? Well, apparently there was another DoorDash driver before me that can't read, picked up the wrong one, and left. Ladies and gentlemen of DoorDash, will you please look at the name and make sure it's spelled right before you pick it up? Because apparently this guy picked up the wrong Christine, and now that person probably got the wrong order. And then the other Christine that I was supposed to deal to, she's probably thinking, what is this? Where's my order? Why don't I have nothing? So it's like I said, be careful with the order that you pick up and check it to make sure it's the right one. Because if it isn't the right one, either the order isn't made or somebody else could have picked it up. Because it happened one time, I had 2 Chipotles. The first order went to an Alex. The second order went to a Butch or whatever. When I got to Alex's house, I gave him Butch's order by mistake. So then when I realized the mistake, I tried calling Alex to say I gave him the wrong order. No answer. So I had to call the DoorDash support team and say, look it, I gave this guy the wrong order. I'm trying to call him. I went back to his house. The bag was already gone and everything. You know what this guy did? He threw the order out. You'd think he'd have the sense to call me and say, oh, you dropped the wrong order off. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me come back and give it to you. Instead, he takes the order and throws it out. So now I got his order, and I still got to get Butch's. So I had to call Butch and say, look it, I gave your order to the wrong person, and he decided to throw it out. So I had to go back to Chipotle. They had to make another brand new order for Butch. I get that bag. I go to Butcher's house. I get to him. And you know what? This guy was so nice. He gave me an extra $5 tip for the mistake. So thank you, Butch, and screw you, Alex. And that's it for me. Thank you for watching. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the comments. See you next time.